I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it, a life worth living.
From being out at my wife's, get a little bit more light in here. At my wife's family's house for Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Mom, I miss you. It's not the same, but yeah, I'm gonna take you guys along on some of them, or doing some of my logs for the tuner. So I just did like a kind of like a highway log, just driving on the highway for 15-20 minutes. So I've done that one already on the way to my to my wife's parents' house. I had a little bit of feedback knock, like negative 2.6. On the way back it was at like 1, so it was warmer earlier and now it's cooler. I think the heat messes with it, but it's supposed to be even cooler tomorrow, and I'd rather have it warmer than cooler for doing this. That way I drive very well in the heat or cold. That's just, I don't know, something that I believe, you know, if you tune your car in like 95-degree weather, yeah, it's not going to tune at the best of its ability, but it'll still drive very well. And then when it gets cooler, it'll drive just better, because you'll even have more power. Yeah, so I'm gonna do some just regular driving around town for like 15 minutes, and then I'll do some wide open throttle pulls on the highway if I can. I try to do it in the safest area. I'll usually do it on like an on-ramp or something. That way I'm away from all the cars and I kind of know if there's a car in front of me or not. That way I'm up to speed of the highway speed when I'm actually merging, and then I'll already be off the gas, etc., matching speed. So I feel like that's the safest to do those. Try to not get a ticket or anything, because I don't drive like that often. I'm just specifically doing it for these logs, and I don't have an old burden road or a dyno myself to put it on to be able to do the wide open throttles. So because they can get a little quick sometimes, but definitely not too much over the speed limit. But it can definitely get up there, but thankfully the highway speed around me is pretty high, so I'm not far off it, maybe like 5-10 miles per hour. So for Georgia, that's not terrible. Most cops won't pull you over for that, so going over that much, so thankfully that's great. But yeah, let's get to it. And in case you guys don't know how to log, I'll show you real quick. Alright guys, so I didn't mean to turn the flashlight on, but so here's your tuner. So you're just gonna press this center button, and I'll do it in a second just to show you. And it'll start to light up these lights with like a blue light, and that's how you know you're pretty much logging. Just click it, log until you've logged whatever you want to log, and then click it again and it'll stop it logging. And then you take it out, plug it into your computer, and grab the log off of it. It's very simple. So since I'm about to start driving, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So now you can see the blue light going up and down. That means that logging is activated. Guys, so I have my Insta360 camera set up because I'm not gonna drive with holding my phone or other camera. So to be safe, I have my other camera set up. So I'll do a little bit of regular driving and some pulls if I can, and attach that to the video. So hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so we're going to try this again because I just noticed that I just talked for a few minutes and video did not even record. So, back in the car, just got some gas, wiped down the front and rear windows, nice and semi-clean again. But what I was saying was I've done all the pulls. So I have a few clips that I think if they sound good enough and the wind's not blasting too badly, because I have the windows down because the AC's off. You don't want to run logs with AC on because it can create false knock, etc. So all the logs are done, and now I am about to head home. So logging is pretty easy. So here's a day in the life. I don't like people watching me sometimes. But so this is the basic, logging. So I did 2 wide open throttle pulls, and I noticed I'm at probably on one of my last revisions because I hit 24 psi. Last time I was at 19.2. So this is probably one of the last revisions, just cleaning things up. But so I'm pretty much good on that. I really wish that it was hotter, because the cooler weather, obviously the car drives so much better, especially with the turbo kicking in. But if you tune in hotter weather, then no matter if it's hot or cold, you're going to drive very well consistently. Obviously the cold air gives you more horsepower, honestly, more power. So it's like 73 degrees out right now. Earlier it was like 80 something, and I had feedback knock on the way to my wife's parents' house, like I was stating. I was at negative 1.05, so nothing really at all. I was at negative 2.46 earlier, right after I put the tune on the car today. So it could have just been learning as well, and now it's learned a little bit, so it's fine. I'm not sure, but all in all, I'm pretty much done with the logging. So I'll go ahead and once I get home, I'll take this out, plug it into my laptop, open up the AP application, pull the 4 or 5 logs off of that, put it on my desktop, and then send them by email to my tuner, and he'll look over them, adjust them slightly, and send another map back. So yeah, we should be pretty well off. Car's been good. I was having trouble with fuel pump. Every time the car got to like 19 psi, it would just bog the engine. And I think the fuel pump was failing or losing pressure. It wasn't consistently holding pressure, so I went back to the shop that put it in originally, just because that was one thing that if I didn't have to do it, I wasn't going to. But I wanted the AEM 340, I think, fuel pressure pump in the car so I could run ethanol or higher content of ethanol, like flex fuel, etc. E85. So I went ahead and got him to put it in the car. It's been probably failing for like 2 months. Didn't know what was causing it until my tuner, or I switched tuners, and he was like, your fuel pressure is going from like 2,000 to 60 in like a second, once you hit those higher RPMs. So fuel pump issues, went there, they tweaked it some, tested the fuel pump, it's working, so we know it's working, but they tried something different, put an extra O-ring on to try and seal anything that might have been moving slightly or something, to where it would cause a leak maybe, or something, to where pressure would just not be able to hold itself. But it's been holding ever since then, so been pretty good. I'll be able to test it this next weekend coming up when I go out and drive with the crew. Should be a fun day of driving. So, but that's pretty much it, guys. Also, I know this will probably just be me starting to upload now. I've been wanting to upload videos and I just can't. Editing takes me forever, and I'm not the greatest at editing, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of wish I had someone to do it for me. But it's just hard to find all the time in order to edit all the time. So I will get better at that, but I'm gonna start the journey now, I guess, and then I'll go back in time when I was modifying the car more so, because I've already modified it a good bit, but I haven't really released anything showing me modifying it, like what parts I put on it or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just drop those videos later, so it'll kind of go like back and forth in time. That's just, I think, the best way that I see it being fit, because if I don't do it like this, I probably just will have a hard time getting myself to do it. So I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but this is kind of like a push for me to just go ahead and start, because I feel like there's never a good starting point and I just need to start. So hopefully you guys can come along the journey with me. I can get you guys some cool videos and footage to watch, and even, you know, my daily life, etc. But yeah, if anyone watches, I appreciate you. Leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, anything helps, or I will respond to pretty much anything. I'll try to make sure any comment you respond to, and you have a question or anything like that, like, feel free. I'll respond. So I know not all YouTubers or video content makers respond, and sometimes people have a really good question that they're really curious about and they don't get a response, and it kind of sucks. I mean, I've had that. I've also had people respond though, and it's extremely helpful. So hit up the videos, share them, look out for any other videos starting from now, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have a great night. Happy Mother's Day. In case you guys don't know, my mom passed away, I guess, 2 years now. So it's been a little bit different for me for Mother's Days, but we still go to my wife's family's mom and all that, so still celebrate my sister, etc. So still celebrate, just in a different way, and it's just different. It's not as lively or fun as it, I guess, it used to be. Same with life, and honestly I struggle at times, so, but we all struggle with different things in life. So I'll leave you guys to it. I'm not gonna talk too much up, but I'll end it once I get out of this gas station. You guys can hear a little bit of the gas station. Dude, sounds good. But y'all have a good night, and I'll catch you in the next one.